Now we move on to types of triangles. Now guys, when I'm talking about types of triangles, I'm going to classify it into two categories. Simple. I can either name a triangle based on the angle, alright, or I can name the triangle based on the side. Now what am I trying to say? I can either name it on the basis of angle or on the basis of side. On the basis of angle, I have three. There are three triangles that I can name. On the basis of side, I can name three. Who can tell me the three triangles that I can name on the basis of angle?
Right angle triangle, obtuse angle triangle, and acute angle triangle.
Correct. We learned these three angles in the previous session of lines and angles. Now, what about sides? Who can tell me the three triangles on the basis of sides? When I say sides, I'm talking about the length of the sticks.
Scalene triangle, isosceles triangle, and equilateral triangle.
Beautiful. Now, Bhavya, what is a right angle triangle? Okay, it's given on the screen anyway.
Sir, a right angle triangle is a triangle which measures 90 degrees.
No, think again. You said right angle triangle is a triangle which measures 90 degrees. Any triangle measures 180 degrees. What you're trying to say is a right angle triangle is the one of two angle measures 90. Is that what you're trying to say? There should be one angle which measures 90.
Yes, sir.
Now, Unmana, I have a question for you. If I look at this figure on the right side, angle P is given as 90 degrees. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What is angle R plus angle Q, Unmana? Can you give me a value of angle R? I have not given any angle, but can you tell me what angle R and angle Q would be equal to?
90 degrees.
90 degrees.
And why would that be the case?
Sir, because the sum of the three angles of a triangle equals to 180 degree. So 180 minus 90, it's 90 degree.
Beautiful. Now let me continue the question. My question is, for example, if I tell you angle R is 45 degrees and angle Q is also 45 degrees. Now, Arna, can you tell me which two sides of the triangle would be equal? If two angles are equal, there are two sides that will be equal. Which one are those? Which two sides are equal, Arna? Can you think? Unmana?
Angle P.
So RP and PQ.
Arna, go ahead. Arna, you saying something?
No, sir, continue.
Okay. Unmana, what do you think? Which two sides would be equal?
RP and PQ.
Beautiful. RP and PQ would be the ones that are equal. Now, so coming back on the basis of angle, we have right angle triangle, we have obtuse angle, and we have acute angled triangle. On the basis of side, we have equilateral, we have isosceles.
Yes, sir. And scalene.
We have scale. Beautiful. Now let's look at these three. The right angle, we just discussed right angle. We are clear with it. A triangle, one of the angles is a right angle, that is a 90 degree. It's called a right angle triangle. Now what's the second one? The second is an acute. What was the acute? What is acute angle that we discussed in our lines and angles session, guys?
Sir?
What was acute angle that we discussed? Remember?
Sir, acute angle means it is more than 0 degrees and less than 90 degrees.
Remember, I drew this, then I started moving from year to year, then I moved from year to year, then I moved, discussed the different types of triangles, the angles that they form, a crocodile mouth, hands opening. Remember so many examples, all the examples that we took. Yes, acute is when the angle falls between 0 and 90 degrees. Perfect. Now, a triangle which has all its angles less than 90 degrees is called acute. Now, I know that this is a 90-degree angle. That means this ray or this stick should be bent inwards to make it an acute angle triangle. You guys agree with me? It
Yes,
has
sir.
to be less than 90 if I'm imagining it. Now if I tell you, guys, is this an acute angle triangle? Yes or no?
No, sir.
Why?
Because it's
It's,
more than 90 degree.
Yes.
yes, sir. It's an obtuse angle.
Yes, beautiful. Because this is where we hit 90 when it is a straight line. When it has gone beyond, the angle has increased. It becomes an obtuse angle. Well, perfect. Now in an acute angle, all the angles are less than 90 degrees. Beautiful. This is what we just discussed. Obtuse, a triangle which has one of the angles greater than 90, but less than 180 degrees is called an obtuse angle triangle. As simple as that. This is the one that we're talking about. Greater than 90 degrees, less than 180 degrees. Alright? Are we clear? Now,
Yes,
my
sir.
question is, or can I say, if one angle is obtuse, the other two angles are necessarily or compulsorily acute. Can I make this statement?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Because if we have if we have even one right angle triangle, it would become a if we have even one right angle, so it will become a right angle triangle.
No. So,
One. Okay, so
Sir,
can I say?
one second, one second. Arna, go ahead.
Um, as a triangle is 180 degrees,
Mm-hmm.
angle is we can take as 90 degrees. So the rest two angles might be 60 or 30 or 40 or 50. They can't go above 90.
Beautiful. Because already one is more than 90. So the others have to be less than 90. You get the logic? Is everyone
I
out?
have a doubt.
Yes, Bhavya.
Sir, can't we use the other theorem which we use, like if one angle is 90 degrees, the other two will also if the sum of the other two angles will also be 90. Can't we use that theorem here?
Correct. But when we're talking about obtuse, we already know that one angle is more than 90 degrees, right? So, for example, if I say this angle is 110 degrees, that means the sum of these two angles, if I have to name it A, B, C, and I say that angle B is 110 degrees, Bhavya, what would angle A plus angle C be together? 70 degrees, right? I do not know them individually, but together they will form the remaining angle of a triangle.